What's up, guys? How are you all doing? Welcome back to the Banter with Brooke podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Podcast, and welcome to the 16th episode. I first just wanted to start off by giving you guys a little recap of my day because I had such a good and productive day today. I woke up and I was sewing with my neighbor. We're working on a cool night sky themed wall hanging quilt right now, and I'm so excited. Then after that, I went and got myself a coffee because if you guys have been watching me, you already know I have coffee literally every single day. And then after I got my coffee, I came home and I'm never ever in the mood to clean, but I just felt like cleaning. So I literally cleaned, deep cleaned my whole bathroom except for the shower. But I cleaned the toilet, the floors, the sink, the mirror, all of that. Then after that, I ate some lunch and I went on a walk with my neighbor, a different neighbor. And then after that, I came home. I was chilling for a while. And then I went out to dinner with my mom. And then we went out to a different place and we got some cheesecake. And now I'm here filming for you guys. I had a great day. I'm going to finish cleaning my room tonight as well. But leave in the comments below what you guys did today because I want to hear about your day. Also, today is a very red day. I'm wearing this vintage M&M's brand crew neck, which I absolutely love. Still got my red squishmallow behind me. The thumbnail for this video is red, so I don't know. I'm just feeling red. Also, I did my makeup and I tried to do a little bit of eyeliner with eyeshadow. Tried something new because I went through a phase where I literally used black liquid eyeliner. And now I look back at pictures. I'm like, girl, that was not cute. I love it on other people, but when I look back, I'm like, you did not know what the fuck you were doing. But anyway, let's get into now what this episode is actually about. This week's topic is things that blow my mind. And I know there's definitely going to be things that blow my mind that I just am not thinking about right now, or I forgot to put on my list because honestly, so many things blow my mind. Everything honestly does. But these are just a few things that stood out to me or that I could think of right now that just they blow my fucking mind. So, first one I have is Bluetooth. What the fuck? How does it work? I don't even know. People will explain, yeah, it's the connection, the towers and whatever. No. Okay, I don't even get how that works, though. How do you just connect? Say your phone to a speaker, for example. You just turn you turn the speaker on, turn your Bluetooth on your phone, and then they connect through fucking air and it plays music. I don't get Bluetooth. I will never get Bluetooth. Same with Wi-Fi and stuff. How do you just have something that plugs in the wall in your house or a Wi-Fi router, whatever, that you just literally turn on? You turn on your Wi-Fi and it just connects. Things that just connect without being plugged into one another, that connect through Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, things out of fucking thin air, blow my fucking mind. I don't understand it. I will never understand how it works, even if someone tries to explain it to me. I don't get it. I do. What is Bluetooth? Who even discovered Bluetooth? How did someone just think, oh, I want to know how I could connect my phone to my speaker through air and just figure that out? What? That's another thing that blows my mind, which I don't have on this list, is inventors. Who is just oh, I want to invent this. I have creative ideas for certain things, but they're always inspired by something else, which I mean, maybe people who invented things were also inspired by other people, but there's some things Bluetooth, what inspired Bluetooth? Maybe people were thinking what I just said, oh, I wonder if I could connect this, but without a cord, and then did research about it or something. I literally don't know, but people who just think of things and just invent it is mind boggling. How? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, I have ideas, like I said, for things I want to do in the future and like brands and like creative stuff. But like, how do you just create something out of thin air and be like, oh, I'm going to make this? Like Thomas Edison with the light bulb. How do you just invent light? Like, how, like, I'm literally fucking speechless. How does he invent light? And imagine that feeling. Sorry, that was kind of gross, but imagine that feeling. You're trying to figure it out how to make it, and then he turns it on for the first time and the light goes on. That was probably a cool feeling, but so yeah, Bluetooth blows my mind. Inventors who just invent shit. How the fuck does that happen? How do you even know where to start? How do you even think about it to even start? Like, crazy. Next one I have is pathological liars. I've met quite a few of them in my 20 years of living, and let me tell you, how do you just go about your day making up random lies and bullshit? And just like, one, how do you like keep up with it? Like, how do you just not like forget what lies you've told and what not? Like, this girl I knew, literally, she's an old coworker of mine. She literally would like tell me that she was like being followed home by like a car, and I'm like, oh, like, I was like, show me. I'm like, what kind of car is it? She's like, I can't see, it's like dark. I'm like, you can't see? Like, I know you can't see cars, but like you can see a little bit. Like, I'm like, what color is it? What, anything? And like, she would just like make up. She said people were like outside of her house, like throwing rocks at her and like weird stuff. Or like just people that lie about things that also like don't need to be lied about. Like, crazy as fuck. Like, obviously I think that is like an actual like mental disorder. Like, I think some people actually do like have disorders where they like lie and can't control it. Might be kind of similar to like, actually no, it's not similar. I was gonna say maybe it might be similar to like a sociopath, but sociopaths just like don't feel emotions. So I don't really know what the deal is with pathological liars, but like that shit is so weird. Like, I would never just like make up lies. The only thing I will say, it's different if you like just want to like make up a story to like a stranger for fun. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like in an Uber and you're telling your Uber driver that you're like, you work for somebody famous or like random things like that. Like, I think that's like harmless, and it's just like you telling a funny story because like you're never going to see this person again. But I'm talking about people who actually like, to everyone in their life, like just like everyone in their life, their friends, their coworkers, they just lie 24/7. Like, those are the worst kinds of people. I can't, because then even if they do tell you something that is true, you don't know what shit to believe and what not to believe, because majority of the shit that comes out of their mouth is a lie. Like, I don't want to say who it is in case someone watches this and it gets back, but there's someone that I work with who, and some people might know because I've talked to some of my coworkers about how I feel about her. Oh, well, now it just narrowed it down. But anyway, the biggest pathological liar, like makes up random stuff. Oh, I feel like also people in high school. I feel like I went to high school with a lot of pathological liars, and it's just like weird behavior. Like, how do you just feel comfortable lying like that? It makes no sense. Next, I have food and how people figured out what to do with it. I guess that kind of similar with like inventions, like how do you even think to start? But like recipes, for example, like people just like literally are like, boom, 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 get all these ingredients and it makes this. Who figured that out? Who just decided? I mean, I guess it was like trial and error, but like, how did you even think to make that? Like, people like make a cake, for example. You need all like flour, eggs, milk, whatever. But who even thought like, I want to make a cake? Like, what? And like, who thought of like naming everything too? Like who thought this is going to be called a cake? This is going to be called a potato. This is going to be called a table. Like who came up with it? I don't get it. I really, really don't understand that. But how, or like popcorn, who thought, let's pop these popcorn kernels or these corn kernels and make popcorn? Like, I don't understand how people figured out what to do with it, or like what things go good. I guess what things go good together is less because you just put shit together and try it. If it tastes bad, it's bad. If it tastes good, then people probably continued to eat it. But like recipes though is what I don't get. Like how do people figure out that all these ingredients combined together makes this? I don't get it. I mean, obviously now we know that because like our ancestors have like told us and given us recipes, but like the first people to figure it out, like how and why how did they figure out what to do with it and just combine ingredients together and just make something awesome? I mean, I'm not complaining because I absolutely love food, but it's like, whose idea was that? Shout out to you for real though, whoever's idea it was, because oh my God, I love cooking and I love eating. So, okay, other one is that we've only discovered 5% of the oceans. I think it's around 5%. It might be a little less, might be a little more. I know it's less than 10 for sure, which is crazy to think about. Like all the species that we know in the water, like sharks, dolphins, whatever, like there is probably so much more. And also like undiscovered, like, or like things that have happened, like boats that have like sunk, I think that's right, and stuff. Like they're probably still down there, and people, I actually just heard recently that Amelia Earhart's plane was like found or something, or they think it's her plane, which is like crazy because that happened so long ago. Like there's so much shit probably in the ocean that we just don't know still because it's not discovered, and all the species in the ocean. And another thing that blows my mind is how deep the ocean is. Like, oh my God. Oh, it actually scares me to think about. And I've been parasailing and I'm not really afraid of the ocean. I mean, I don't really want to get bitten by a shark, but I feel like that's pretty unlikely. But I'm afraid of heights and just being up in the air parasailing while there's, and just looking down, which I really wanted to see an animal. I wanted to see like a dolphin or a whale, and I didn't for some reason. But just being up that high and looking down and just knowing that the ocean is like so deep below me, I was like, oh, it's a little scary. But I do just think it's insane that there's so much ocean. I mean, it's honestly valid that only 5% because there is so much water in the world. But, and shout out to the people who do that as their job, because that is terrifying. I would never want to do that as my job. But I think that is crazy, and there's so much shit. I believe in mermaids. Obviously, I don't think they're like Ariel, like the Little Mermaid type mermaids, but I do think there's like human like things with tails and stuff that are in the ocean for sure. Or I see things about like sirens, like the girls that like try and like lure the sailors into the water. I don't know about all that, but there's got to be I literally thought narwhals were like not real until like very recently. Like I literally thought it was just like a made up thing. Like whatever. Okay. Next one is records or like vinyls. How do you just scratch it and it makes a certain sound? Don't understand it. Will never understand it. I think it's so cool, and I have a record player and I have records, but it's like, how? And how do you know what certain parts of it need to be scratched in what way to make it sound like this certain song? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And people who know this stuff is probably like, oh, it's simple. It's this, 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 this. I don't care. I'm not smart. I mean, I'm smart, but like not that, like I'm not smart. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not smart. Like, good for you that you fucking get it, Mr. Einstein. I don't. And I don't want to know. I don't care to know. But like, what is a fucking, like, you literally, I've seen videos of how they make it. They take like a hard like piece of like plastic, put it in this machine, press it so it like melts and spreads out, and then they scratch it. They make the song. What? I don't understand how plastic with lines on it makes music. Please explain how that makes any sense at all. I don't understand. Another thing is reproduction. Because first of all, the fact that we like literally like have sex to like reproduce, I don't know, it's just like that whole thing is weird. Like you put it in and the sperm and the egg come together, and it's crazy that that's for like every single species. Like even animals, like they mate and they make babies. Like that whole process to me is just wild. And like, how did that shit start? That's what I want to know. Was it just like a natural instinct type of thing? Or like, I also don't really know how I think the world even started. Like, I don't really know if I believe in like Adam and Eve. I don't know. Hopefully when I get to the other side, maybe I'll find out one day. But like, that whole thing too blows my mind. Like, what is this? I'm very spiritual. Oh my God, there's something in my fucking hair. I'm very spiritual, and I believe in like energy, and when we die, like our souls are just gonna go and like do things. But like, how are we even a soul? Like, what is this? What even like is the point of this? Like, how do I have like a house and things, and like how am I here? Like, what, how, and what? Like, I do not understand. That's the thing that blows my mind the most, because that honestly like encapsulates all of it. Like, what is this? How are we here? What's going on? What started it all? Like, what was the start? And now we got to this, like, crazy as fuck. But reproduction, like, and the fact that we can even reproduce, like the act of like having sex to like to make more is crazy. But like the fact that I can grow a human being inside of my body, so wild. I grow a person inside of me. What the actual fuck is that? I'm actually really nervous to be pregnant. I want kids so bad, and I am hopefully going to have them one day. But I am such an anxious person. I'm a little bit nervous to be pregnant and give birth. And I just feel like I just want to be the best parent I can be. So, excuse me, I feel like it's a lot of pressure to be a parent because I just want to be such a good parent. But yeah, reproduction's crazy. Can't believe that we and like animals like reproduce with each other. It's crazy. Next is that everything we know just got passed down from other people. Like literally from word of mouth, because people that like found out like about the light bulb, for example, Thomas Edison, now we just hear and we have lights and we know about him. But we know about him because he invented them, told other people, and now we have him. There's so many things that we just know about because our ancestors knew about, and now we're learning about it. Crazy thing about that, though, is so much shit that we learned from other people, I feel like, is just not true. Or things in general, like everything we know, like so many of it, bruh. Am I dumb? So much of it is like basically not true. First of all, I'm not hating on anyone who's religious, because I think it's very important that you find something you believe in because it gives you some type of purpose. But like the Bible, for example, has been translated like so many different times and in so many different ways. So it's like, which one's the right one? Like, how does that make sense? Or with anything, just like, or when I think I mentioned this in another podcast, maybe Christopher Columbus, we learned that he's this great guy, did all this stuff, when in reality he came here and killed a bunch of Native Americans and was like terrible. But I wouldn't have known. Like there's just so many things that we learn about that I'm like, who shared this? And is this real information? And we'll never know, because the only people that will know are the people who actually experienced it, which was not me. But I just think it's crazy that we just trust everything that we hear about. We just go along with it because that's what we were told. And it's like, okay, but how did the people who told me know? And how did the people who told them know? And it's like, what? I don't know. And okay, let me just be real. All of this really is not that deep. But sometimes you have to think deeply about things. I know there's some people that literally don't think about anything deep ever, and they only think about surface level shit. I think I said that in another podcast too. And it's like, bro, what? Think about shit for once. Like, how do you just think about, ooh, what color shirt am I going to wear today? Oh my God, sorry. That was so rude. That doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. But it does matter though a little bit, because it's like, have some depth, you know, like think about real shit. Okay. That was not targeted also, by the way. Like, I don't want anyone that knows me personally to be like, is she talking about me? No, I'm talking about in general. There is people in the world that literally just don't think about this shit. They really don't. Next one is languages. I don't even know how many languages there are in the world, but that is so crazy. And that, like, we're all human beings, but we, like, some people just can't understand each other at all because we don't speak the same language. Like, language is like everything. Like, that's how you connect with people, is by talking about things and stuff. And like, I wish I knew multiple languages. I know a little bit of Spanish, but that's literally it. I know English and Spanish. I know the alphabet in sign language too. Actually, I forget some letters, but it's A, B, C, D, E, something maybe. One of these, like F, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, something maybe R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I don't know if that was right, so I'm sorry. I need to do a refresh, but that's literally so even like not the point. But I want to know more languages, and I think the fact that there's so many languages actually blows my mind, and I think it's so crazy. And how did different languages start, for example? Because if like the Adam and Eve theory was true, okay, when they first got here, what language did they speak? Because if you think about it, that would be the only language we know, because they would have kids and they would know that language, and they'd keep only knowing one language. So how is there different languages? Whatever. Anyway, languages are crazy. Also crazy that everyone is literally just living their own lives. Like, there is literally people, there's like people in other countries and stuff that are doing like similar things to me, which, like, okay, yeah, that's crazy. Or there's even people in my town, like, we're living completely different lives, different jobs, different hobbies, things like that. But like, we're living the same life, like, overall. Like, we wake up, we go to work, we like eat some, we sleep, we do things for fun, and like, that's our day. There's actually human beings who are in like tribes in like the woods, in like a forest, and they literally are like naked, and they just hunt for their food, and they are like that stuff, and they don't have like jobs, they don't have like money, they literally just like hunt and live off the land. And it's like, wow, like, there's so many people that are just living completely different lives from me, and it's actually so cool to think about. And it really makes like you realize like how the world is actually pretty small if you think about it, but like, it's big at the same time, because it's like, wow, like, there's so many different people doing so many different things, and it's wild. Next thing is criminals, because what? And I'm not talking about like someone who like stole something from the store, or like that like, okay, that's like basically it. Everything else I think is actually crazy, because what do you mean you like got in a car accident and drove the fuck away? Like a hit and run? Like, what? That is crazy. Like, how do people not have like like morals, or people who are like killers, or they sexually harass people, or like, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I mean when I say sexually harass. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but like things like that, like how? Okay, no, actually, if you steal things or do shit with drugs is like, you're just dumb for doing drugs, to be honest. Like, I feel bad for the people who are addicted and like actually can't stop it, but like the people who like, why do you even try it in the first place? I think that is kind of dumb, but regardless, addiction is a disease, and I do feel very bad for people who have addictions to drugs, but those crimes are like, okay, because you're not harming someone else if you're like doing a little bit of crack or stealing from the store. You're like harming someone's like business, but you're not like physically causing harm to another human being. Like people who like beat people or like kidnap or like stuff like that, like that blows my mind. How do you even like have that brain capacity? Like, how do you even think to do something like that? Or how do you do that and then just like go on about your life? Like, oh my God, there's so many people that I'm like, I'm so glad that jail is a thing, because some people really do need to rot in there for sure. Like, how do you just do these horrible things to people and just like, that's what you decide to do? Like, I don't understand criminals. They blow my mind. I don't know what kind of psychology, what shit's going on in their brain that makes them want to do that stuff. But I will never understand that. Like, I feel guilty. I'm not even like kidding. I'm not even trying to be like, pick me. I actually feel guilty if I like kill a bug. Like, I recently have really been trying to like capture it and like let it free outside. Like, let alone harm another human being. Actually wild. If you're a criminal, that's all I'm going to say. Pictures and videos. Wow. These blow my mind in the best way possible. I love whoever invented those. I would do some great things to whoever invented those. What? Like, I have so many like pictures and videos to look back on. Like, you can capture a moment in a video or a picture and keep it forever and just see it. Like, wow. I love that that's a thing. I don't know how it's a thing. I don't know who invented that, who decided that, but wow, like, I love it. I love whoever invented that, because that is amazing that we just literally have pictures, whether they're like actual pictures, like printed off, or like even on a phone. Like, how do we just press a button and it takes a picture and we just have that picture to keep and to look at? And videos are even better. I love that we can videotape, because then you really see the actual full moment on film. And it blows my mind that they're even a thing, but I'm so grateful that they are a thing, because one of my favorite things to do is like look back on old pictures or old videos of myself, or even like old pictures of my mom from when she was younger, or my grandpa, or I love looking at my friends too, like my friends' baby pictures and stuff. Like, it's so cool to look at. Sorry, I'm thirsty. I was drinking it weird because I have lipstick on, but it's already kind of coming off, but whatever. Next thing is space and black holes. Not even so much space. Space is just like weird because it's like, huh? But black holes. And I don't even necessarily know if I even know fully what a black hole entails, but I know it's literally a hole and like things can get sucked into it. And where does it go when it goes into a black hole? Like, what where does it go? What is a black hole, and where do things that get sucked into black holes go? They get sucked into nothingness? Where is nothingness? What is nothingness? Like, and how do black holes start? I'm sure there's answers to this. Like I said, I'm not fucking Einstein. I don't care. I don't know. I'm just making a video about things that blow my mind. Like, I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know shit, which coming up, actually, that we'll get there. But like, I don't understand black holes. How the fuck do black holes just start and open up and just things get sucked into it in like space? Because black holes happen in space, so it's like like that literally blows my mind. Like, I want to know what happens to things that go into a black hole. If anyone knows the answer to that, comment down below. What happens to things when they get sucked into a black hole? Because I don't know. Next thing is dinosaurs and extinct animals. First of all, dinosaurs, going back to like, we only know things because of them being passed on, like passed down from other people. If dinosaurs were fucking gone before humans got here, how do we know that they existed? Yeah, we see bones and like fossils and we find them and piece them together, but like, how do we know that those piece together? And also the fact that if they did exist, the fact, which I think they exist, I'm not trying to be like a fucking critic, but it's just like, how do we know these things? Like, how do we put fossils together? If the dinosaurs were extinct before humans were alive, how did we then as humans learn about dinosaurs? I don't understand that. But also, how, like, the fact that they existed and were huge, like, dinosaurs were huge. Like, I don't understand how they were that big. Like, when I picture like a dragon from like a movie or something, like in my head, like I picture like a dinosaur looking type thing that like breathes fire. But like dragons are like huge. Like, how dinosaurs are crazy. And same with that, because since dinosaurs are extinct, I have dinosaurs / extinct animals. How are animals extinct? I don't get it. Because we could just animals just reproduce. So how does it get to none? Unless like one animal's just like refusing to mate with another animal or something. But it's like, unless like there's something in the environment that like takes out the animal or something, then I guess I understand it more. I guess I didn't really think about that, if there's like some like environmental factor about it. But like otherwise, just reproduce and keep making more of that animal. Like, how do the animals not just keep reproducing with each other? Because isn't that like a natural instinct to just like reproduce with each other? I don't get how animals become extinct, but it makes me so sad that they do. Like, I wish the woolly mammoth was still here. I love woolly mammoths. They're so cute. And elephants are my favorite animal. I'll be heartbroken if elephants ever go extinct. I need to knock on wood, because that better not happen ever. But what else is extinct? Oh, I don't know what I was going to say about what else was extinct, but I also love mooses. Moose, I don't fucking know the plural, but I hope they never go extinct either. Speaking of animals, next one is poachers / hunters, because that's also giving criminal. In my opinion, that's giving criminal. It's giving animal abuse. It's giving weird fucking behavior. That's literally, serial killers start with animals most of the time before they go to humans. Like, how do you get joy from killing animals? I get it if, like I said, when I was talking about people and like tribes and stuff earlier who like literally just like have to live off the land and have to kill to eat. Completely different. I think if you need to hunt to eat, then I think that's valid. Otherwise, like, people who live near me, I live in Illinois, like, sure, they kill like deer and eat it. But it's like, you don't need to fucking do that. Go to fucking Walmart. Go to Jewel. Go to Aldi. Go to a fucking grocery store and buy meat and eat it. You don't need to hunt to eat. Why are you killing animals? That is so weird and disgusting. And even worse is poachers who go to fucking other countries and kill elephants and lions and zebras. Like, are you actually sick? Because why? These animals are literally out in the wild living their lives and you're going to kill them. I have this app, the Follow, I don't know how to say it, and it's a bracelet and it tracks an animal. My friend got me it for Christmas and it tracks an elephant, and literally the app it says the elephants are 4 months behind. Like it tracks, like it shows you their location where they are. They're doing it 4 months behind to protect the elephants from poachers so people can't go and find the elephants and kill them. That's how bad of a problem it is. This bracelet I got, I can't even track my damn elephant to see where she is today because it's still showing me where she was in like September or October. And it makes me really sad. I mean, I'm so grateful for the present. I'm glad I can even see where she was back then because elephants are literally my favorite thing ever. But like, that's how you know it's a problem when you can't even like, if you kill animals. And also fishing too, like fishing, I don't know. Fishing's better, but if you're gonna fish, like fishing is a fun thing, but like catch and release, because come on, you can go to the store and buy fish. You can literally go to the store and buy fish, which that fish is actually probably better because it goes through tests and has to be proven that it's okay to eat. The fish you're catching out of, especially where I live, the fish you're catching out of that lake and then eating, I know damn well got some nasty ass shit in there. Like, don't kill animals. Just don't kill animals. And also, that would make me want to eat it way less. If I was the one who killed it and then took it home and cooked it and ate it, so horrible. Like, it's actually giving criminal and animal abuser if you go and hunt and kill animals. Like, that shit blows my mind that people actually hunt for pleasure. Like, it's a fun hobby. They want to go and hunt. You're fucking terrifying. Don't be anywhere near me. Thank you. Next one, I have a couple more left. Is one day all the humans that exist right now won't be here. I saw another thing and it was like 100, because I think the oldest person alive right now is like 117 or something. So 117 years ago, there was a whole new, like, there was a whole different set of humans on the earth than there is now. Like, crazy. And like, same way in the future. One day, everyone that's here right now will be dead and there will be a whole new set of humans. Well, who knows if like the world or something will end by then. I don't know. But like, crazy to think about. Like, because there's so many people living right now. And one day, they're just all not going to be here. And it's wild. Next one is how everything we have was made with things that were already here. Like, example, like, who thought to make Bluetooth out of like rock and dirt? And like, same like this microphone, it's made out of like wires and like metal, like copper and like different stuff. And like, who thought to like put these wires together and like make certain things? Like, everything that was made from things that was here already, because we can't just fucking create things out of thin air. It was created from something. Or like, even like a phone or like a computer that I have right here, it's made out of different metals and wires and things that put all together make a computer. And it's like, wow, like everything was literally just made from fucking dirt, metal, rocks and sticks and trees, like paper and stuff. Like, so crazy that everything we have now, to think how advanced we are in technology and everything, was just made from shit that was on Earth. Next one is doctors, surgeons, scientists, people who are just really fucking smart. Is so insane. Like, how do you know that much information and like remember it? Like, I learned basic fucking, like, I learned math, I guess. Like, I learned like shit in high school, like sine, cosine, tangent. I don't know what any of them mean, but I remember those terms. But there's some people that just learn stuff and just remember it and retain the information. Also, another crazy things about like doctors and surgeons is that we just trust them. That blows my mind. You go under anesthesia, so you're not even conscious, and you just let someone, surgeons know how to cut open your body and reposition shit to fix your whatever your problem is. If you need your appendix, they remove your appendix and they know how to do that shit. Like, how is that a human being just knowing how to do that? Like, shout out to fucking doctors and surgeons, because y'all are actual, like, literal lifesavers. Like, that is insane that people have that as a job, and how many years of school you need for those and all of that. And scientists too, like, scientists just study things and just learn so much and know so much. And it's like, wow, really, really blows my mind. I can't believe that people actually are doctors and surgeons and scientists as their careers. And I know they're making good ass money too, understandably, because I could never, ever, ever do that. Like I was saying earlier, I am not fucking that smart. Like, I'm really not smart. Like, how do people comprehend all that stuff? Oh, the optimal nerve, blah, blah, goes to this one. And it's like, huh? Like, you might as well be speaking to me in a different language, because that makes no sense. Same with like how I said, just trusting them too, like driving, how we just get on the road and just expect everyone else to know how to drive. I mean, a lot of people don't. That's why car accidents are a thing. But it's like, you just drive and just expect, like, you just expect that everyone else on the road too knows what they're doing. Crazy that we're just all trusting each other that much. But yeah, again, shout out to all the doctors, the scientists, the surgeons, because that is wild that people can do that. Like, those are human beings that just, oh, like if you go to the doctor, oh yeah, you have this, you need this medication for this. It's like, how do you remember all of that? I don't get it. Two more. This one is the way rich people think. I've just heard some rich people say some things and I'm like, wow, that's really sad that you think that way. Or I just feel like they say things a lot of times that are so just like out of touch with reality. Even like there's people like in my personal life that I've like been around or like know that have said some questionable things, but also like influencers like talking about like they were so mad they like couldn't get first class for like this flight, or like talking about like this outfit, or like just so casually like talking about some like outfit, like, oh yeah, like just like the way, it's just crazy that they think the way they think. Because I'm like, bro, who gives a fuck if you're not in first class? Most of America can't even afford first class. Like, oh, complaining about shit. Like, just people just are really, or also like, I guess, know your audience. Like, if you're with other rich people, you can talk about that all together, sure. But like, when you're in everyday civilization, like the shit some people say, I'm like, you are just so rich. Like, that's crazy that that's the problems that you have. Like, I guess kind of going along with what I said earlier about like how people don't think about anything deep ever. I feel like most of the time it's like rich people, because they're like, they don't think about struggles of things or anything, because they're just always like, shit's figured out. They're just worried about what they're going to eat that day, what they're going to wear, or like, oh, Jimmy doesn't like me anymore, or like shit like that. And it's like, how about you actually just look at the fucking real world and like think about real shit? Like, I don't know. And I feel like I'm like attacking. I'm really not trying to attack. And I also feel like people who like grew up without money and then are like rich are a little bit better about it. Or also it's dependent on how you're raised too. Like, if you're raised to be a good person, you'll probably be a good person, whatever. But some things that people who are rich say, I'm like, wow, crazy that you think that way. And last but not least, how some men view women. And I've been around a lot of men. I used to have a lot of guy friends throughout my life, and just the shit they would say was terrible. The way some men view women as actual objects and think they like literally aren't worth anything except things to have sex with. A lot of guys I went to high school with would literally like have all these girls like nudes in their phones and like be like, oh, do you have hers? Oh, do you have hers? And literally like trade them like they're fucking Pokemon cards. And it's like, you know, damn well those girls told you not to save the pictures and you secretly found a way to have them. And not only do you have them, you're showing them to everyone else. Like, so gross. And just the fact that like some people's boyfriends are like, oh, you can't wear that. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. And it's like, I don't know, the way men talk about women too, like men call women bitches, like, oh, that's my bitch. It's like, no, I'm not. Thank you. Like, I could go on, and I honestly probably will make a whole separate episode one day about just like growing up as a girl and like my experiences and stuff like that, because it's not all men, okay, but it's damn near most, in my opinion, through my experiences. And just the way they think and talk about women is actually really scary. So those are my list of things that absolutely blow my mind. Like I said, there's definitely more things that blow my mind if I think about it, but those were the things I could think about right now. I hope you enjoyed that list. Please comment down below anything that you guys think of that blows your mind, or any opinions on any of the things I said. If you agree with me or disagree, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. And I usually do a little advice at the end. And this isn't advice, but this is just a little positive quote that I wanted to share. And I just wanted to say that I hope something good happens to you today. And because the day I'm filming this, I had an absolutely great day today, very productive, happy, and I just wish that for all of you. And I just wanted to end this episode with just a positive message. So I hope something great happens to you today. I hope something great happens to you this week, this month, this year, and every day in between. I just hope that something good happens in your life for you. But more importantly, I hope something good happens to you today. And thank you so much for watching this episode. Please check out my last episode with my grandpa. It's so cute, and I'm so grateful that I had that on video. And please keep staying tuned for the following episodes up ahead. I really want to, I think, eventually start posting other kinds of content on this channel as well. Still uploading podcasts every Saturday, but maybe like every other week to start, because I do work 3 jobs. I might do it twice a week, every other week. So the podcast every Saturday, but then I do upload another video one week, not the next, one week, not the next. And it would just be different kinds of things, like maybe like a mukbang, a get ready with me, a just like sit and chat. So similar to a podcast, but not in my podcast studio area, maybe like in my car or something. So comment down below, please, please, please. It would mean so much if you would also like to see more kinds of content on my channel. Please hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and like this video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.